Bob Disney's coming.
I thought that Bob Disney was all about safety. How is this safe for kids?
It's not about the children. I just think you'd be very entertained by the thought that these podcasters are topless. You don't know. Maybe we are. Maybe I'm Winnie the Poohing right now.
But that's not topless.
I know.
That's bottomless.
Maybe I'm Winnie the Poohing right. Don't look. Don't look.
To be fair, I haven't looked the past 14 episodes.
I could be Winnie the Poohing
under the table, so you could totally be Winnie the Poohing this whole time.
Yeah.
I would never have known.
And welcome to the Winnie the Pooh podcast.
Where we don't wear pants.
We don't wear pants.
Pants are optional.
That's right.
It's like Whose line? Everything's made up and the points don't matter. This is everything's made up and the pants don't matter.
There you go.
For our
I like
podcast.
that. See, my God, you've already got great ideas.
Welcome to episode 14, as I have phlegm caught in my throat. Episode 14, Off With Their Heads by the Mad Queen. I am once again joined by the man who will probably sue Disney for tripping over the Main Street trolley tracks, Patrick.
That is 100% true. I will sue and I will retire, and oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my goodness. We have quite a week. We have quite an episode in store for you.
Well, we missed last week. Let's be right up front and honest about that.
Let's just lay it all out.
We were tired.
Was that what happened? No, we were busy.
We had a show.
We were busy.
Well, we had a show this weekend too, but somehow we did it.
Patrick and I perform in musicals and plays in our free time, and we have been burning the candle at both ends. He's so tired he can't even put on pants.
So that's right. It's too much work. So, surprise of surprises, we come to the theater one day to get ready for the show and find out that the women's dressing room is playing Earful Podcast on a speaker.
It was very surprising.
It was very surprising.
I don't know how they found it. I don't know if somebody told them.
Well, but some good came out of it.
Yes.
One of the.
How do we say this?
Well, one of the women that's in the show was a friend to Mickey and Donald. When she was a cast member down in Disney, she was friends with Mickey and Donald, and approached us and said, "I would love to come on and talk."
Did she say that?
She told me that.
Oh, she didn't tell me that.
Oh,
apparently she likes your bottomless idea.
Well, now that she hears that, she's not coming on at all.
Okay, fine.
Wouldn't you? I wouldn't. But she was very complimentary of what we were saying and how we were saying
Excellent. It's and I spoke to her too, and I said it's just so neat to hear things from your perspective because, obviously we love the park so much, but it's always cool for us to hear the behind the scenes stories and how things come to be and their experiences.
Yeah. If we ever did have her on, which I'd love to, absolutely love to, we would have to get like the ground rules beforehand, what we're allowed to say, what we're not allowed to say, how we're allowed to say it.
Well,
I know we have to point at her with two fingers. I know that's a fact.
You have to sit here and you have to not wear a shirt because it's topless.
All right, now she's totally not going to come on the show.
Bottomless she was in.
Bottomless she was totally in. Topless, no way.
We didn't mention her name, right?
No.
Good. Let's keep it that way. Let's give the poor girl some privacy. So, since we took a week off, we actually, oddly enough, finally got 3 voicemails from listeners.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we begged and pleaded.
We did, and we received from the gods 3 wonderful voicemails. So
we disagree on this. I believe we had 2 people call us.
Listeners, you'll be the judge. Obviously, this first one is legit because I know who called us. So take a listen.
Hello, this is Jacob and Emmett, and we love Earful. And this is the 2 people that you kept on mentioning in the podcast over and over again. I think we're going to take over soon.
Can we listen?
Say hi.
Hi.
So that was Jacob and Emmett of lore. Of
the stars,
the
really.
Celebrities we've been mentioning the past couple weeks. Their parents are the hosts of the Mugshot podcast.
Yeah. Now, wait a minute. How come these 2 boys haven't taken over the Mugshot podcast? That's my question.
I don't know. They're very talented. They probably have so much to do.
Well, they're setting their sights high. That's what. Ooh.
So thank you guys for saying hello.
Thanks, guys.
If my next challenge to you would be to introduce our podcast, and we'll play it at the beginning of a show.
Yeah, I thought they were working up a song for us.
Maybe that's their next challenge.
Gauntlet Laid.
Gauntlet Laid, boys. I know that the one of them plays guitar very well.
Yeah, well, make it happen, Captain.
Yeah,
Let's
make
go.
it happen. So our second voicemail goes a little something like this.
What's up, Earful family? This is Pluto. this is actually how I sound when I actually speak. I'm not allowed to talk on the cartoons or anything, which is a little weird. So anyway, this is Pluto, the dog, and I was calling to see what you thought about the release of the new Disney train station set that's pulling into other stations around the world. Anyway, bye.
Okay, so both Patrick and I had a very similar reaction to this. We both said...
let's just let it go.
Okay, fine. We thought maybe it sounded like somebody we knew.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll let it go.
We're going to let it go.
Obviously, that was Pluto.
It was very much Pluto.
Yeah.
And that's what we said. Isn't this Pluto?
That sounds like Pluto.
And he's referring to this brand new Main Street Railroad Lego set that is going for upwards of $300.
Holy cow.
I guessed it was $150. I was very off. It was $300.
So explain this to me. It is a Lego set of just the train station when you first walk into Walt Disney World.
It's pretty big, though.
That's actually pretty cool.
I know. I would want it for Christmas, Hank. Wink, wink, wink.
Hank?
Hank.
Who's Hank?
I meant to say hint and wink, and I said Hank.
Who's Hank?
Hank.
My God.
Hank Hill. King of the Hill. Hank.
That
wink.
actually is really cool. That's a really neat idea.
Yeah.
Where would you put it?
Oh, you know what I would do? I would have it be under my Christmas tree.
Okay.
Okay. That wasn't a good idea.
Nope.
Scrap that. That was terrible.
I thought there was more.
Sorry, Patrick.
Okay, only if you have working trains can we do
well,
that.
I would never take it to school because I feel like the kids would destroy it.
Yeah, piece by piece.
They would steal things.
Oh, yeah.
Because they steal things. But I'm thinking like a nice little Christmas display maybe on the mantle.
We have a mantle?
We do. It's very small.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
that's cool. No, no, what else do you think? I mean, did we cover that good enough? Did we say what we need to say about that?
I think it's great. There is in the works. I don't want to say in the works, but somebody is trying to get a Haunted Mansion Lego.
Oh, that's
There's a
Christmas.
petition. Like they've built the plans for it.
That's Christmas.
But it's not out. It's not a thing. It's being petitioned to be made. But I would throw all the money at that.
Yeah. What we didn't get was Pluto's reaction to it.
Yeah, so Pluto, call back in.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah,
of the
are you
train
happy
set?
about it?
Yes.
Would you buy? And Pluto, where would you put it?
And Pluto, where are you from? I mean, I know
where he's
Disney
from.
World, but I mean, like, where are you actually from, Pluto? Wink, wink. Hink, hink, hink. And then we had a third voicemail from the mouse himself.
Hey, yeah, this is Mickey Mouse. This is how I talk. I'm from Disney. You know who I am. Look, I'm 90 years old. I can't do the, hey, Mickey, hey, Minnie, hey, Goofy. I can't do that anymore. I can't do that all the time. Yeah, happy you're enjoying the parks, Kate. I, too, enjoy the Haunted Mansion. Patrick he's fine, too.
Oh, God, he doesn't like you.
Last time he was here, he ate all the Dole Whip, which I don't have to tell you is kind of a problem. I knew a guy who managed an Olive Garden, and they ran out of breadsticks one night, and it got pretty violent, and pretty much the same thing happened here. So I'd say to Patrick, just do all the impressions you want. Just leave some of the Dole Whip for the other people in the park, okay? This is Mickey Mouse. Heidi ho, hoodly doo, whatever else you want me to say. Take care. See you soon.
I feel like I need a shower after that voicemail.
I got called out by Mickey Mouse.
Like, this is the Mickey Mouse.
6-pack a day Mickey Mouse.
In a trailer park. Yes, exactly. Like saves his money to buy smokes and can only eat one meal a day. And
Heidi ho and whatever the hell else you want me to say.
Isn't Heidi Ho Ranger Joe from Full House?
What?
You've never seen Full House?
I have, but I was...
Ranger Joe. He's the best man I know.
See, I was thinking of Heidi Ho from Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh.
Ho. I don't think that was him. That was a different kind of poop.
Mickey, thank you for calling me. Oh, look at you. Mickey, thank you for calling me out about the Dole Whip. I do enjoy some Dole Whip.
He does love his Dole Whip.
And I also enjoy some olive bread breadsticks.
Yes, we are big Olive Garden fans.
So we could be sponsors, Olive Garden. Nope, that's not going to work.
Nope.
All right.
Especially since you went pantsless. They don't like that. It's not sanitary. Hink, hink. Well, we're going to get right into our main topic this week, which, if I can talk, I'm so excited.
Wink, wink.
We're going to get right into our main topic this week, which is the D23 Expo. This was the event that took place in Anaheim the past 3 days, and there is just so much to talk about. We have to get right to it.
And how often does D23 happen?
Every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
It's a bucket list item. I'd like to go in 2 years.
And so what happened, listeners, is that Miss Kate here spent a couple days on her phone screaming at me from whatever room she was in.
I did, because it wasn't all live streamed. There were a few panels that were live streamed, but for the most part, it was very secretive. People were told not to film, not to take pictures, which happened anyways. But.
Yeah. So I thought I'd be cute one day and pull up like live stream and then that's not what that is. I got yelled at
Why do I sound
for being
like Mickey?
helpful. Because of your 6 smokes a day
Mickey.
habit that you have.
So everything we kind of caught was by the way of Twitter, and just kept updating the live stream, the scroll of Twitter. And then obviously what ends up happening is all the news sites come out with articles the days afterwards. So this is kind of what we've gathered in the past couple days. So if we miss anything, we're going to try to get the biggest things.
So in 2 years, we're going pantless to D23.
We're doing it live and going pantless.
So the next time it happens is going to be D23 on 22.
Oh, so close.
So close.
Yeah, so far.
So close.
So let's get started by talking about Epcot, because this was the biggest thing from the D23 Expo with the parks. Epcot, as you have probably heard, is going to be reimagined and re-envisioned, but we just didn't know into what capacity. Now we do, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's quite overdue.
And I was going to say, it is very overdue. It's a very dated park. It's one of my favorites.
I love Epcot.
But it's not one for kids. So I'm curious to see some of the changes they make. I think are kind of aimed to help that.
Oh, absolutely. So the future world that we have known is going to be segmented into 3 new sections called World Celebration, World Discovery, and World Nature. This sticking with the World Showcase, World some word.
Got it.
World Smoking, World Drinking. Just call it World Drinking.
World Pantless.
World Pantless, yeah. So the new design is going to kind of bring together the front and back sections of the park by creating these neighborhoods. And so they're going to reimagine the entrance fountain. There's going to be a Walt Disney statue. There's a lot of stuff coming.
Oh, very neat. I did not hear
It's
that
pretty
one.
cool. So the World Celebration area will still have Spaceship Earth in the center of it, but the ride itself is going to have a shift. They're going to... What did you think I was going to say? Take a big dump.
We have children listening. Cover your ears, Emmett.
The Spaceship Earth is going to be reimagined as well, and we're going to talk a little bit more on that later. I'm a little sad, honestly, when I found out what they're going to be doing.
They don't take Dame Judi Dench out of it. With my dead cold hands, they will.
That's
I
how
can't
it's
say
gonna
her
go.
name, but
So the new ride is hopefully going to reflect our advancement through human evolution as opposed to just communication.
as long as they make it right so it doesn't break down every 2 seconds, I'm happy.
We didn't have a lot of breakdowns.
No,
when
but
went
we
on.
have been on it when it's every 2 seconds it's stopping, and then you're smelling Rome burning forever, which I love.
I do. Yeah. I could stay there forever. So then at the center of the entrance, there will be a 3-level festival center pavilion, and that's going to be like the focal point beyond the ball. It's going to have amazing views for the nighttime shows over World Showcase Lagoon. And it's going to be like in a space age design, which is going to go along with Space 2020, Space 220, which is the new restaurant coming along with the Guardians ride. There's going to be vegetation and foliage on the top level. So it sounds like it's just going to be a beautiful thing, almost kind of like Disney Springs-ish kind of feel, like modern, hip, but sleek. Sounds really cool. So to the left of World Celebration, we have World Discovery. And that is going to be the area that is currently holding Mission Space and Test Track, but they're now going to be joined by Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah, I saw they named it.
Got
they
a
finally named
name,
it.
and it's because that the coaster will now launch backwards, which is going to be really cool, and the cars will spin on the track.
And I did see that. We saw some bio-reconstruct.
I'm really excited for this ride.
Well, yeah. It's another really great coaster ride, and again, it's something that Epcot has been missing. It's had soaring, and soaring. But I've always felt that Test Track was. I never understood the appeal of Test Track because you went from 0 to 60 in the same amount of time it does in a car, and then you drove around on a track. I do that every day to go to work.
But do you test your car on the ice and the wind and the rocky terrain?
Day.
Can you design your own car every day? I like Test Track. If I miss it, I'm not upset.
Yeah.
If I miss Soaring, I'm very upset.
Yeah.
So
Epcot needed this. This is the shot in the arm. So here's my question for you. We have been watching Epcot over the last 6 months do the whole beginning. That whole entrance has been under construction.
The monoliths are gone.
Do you think that this was all part of the plan, or do you think that was just like, we're going to do this and then we'll figure out the rest of it later?
Oh, no, they always have a bigger plan. They always have a bigger plan. I mean, you can't, it's like a city planner. You can't hope to build a restaurant in the middle of a busy intersection. You have to know what's going there, what the zones are, what the coding is. I think it's very similar with a theme park.
Let's do the zones.
The zones.
Okay. No, I think it's cool. I think I'm really excited about Epcot. I love Epcot as it is. They have a whole new sign for the beginning. I mean, the theming of the naming is going to change too.
For Epcot?
Yeah.
Is this a Pop Disney rumor?
How did that happen?
I didn't even plan that sound effect to go off, but it was perfectly timed.
No.
We're keeping it. I'm not editing it. That was glorious.
No, I'm serious. They're going to change the sign, the welcoming sign for Epcot. It's going to get a whole new facelift.
What's that going to look like?
I don't know.
Oh, you're just spitballing here.
No, I saw that.
Point it out. Fact check.
To Google.
To Google you go. While he's doing that, World Discovery will also have the brand new restaurant Space 220, which is being labeled as a dining experience 220 miles in the air. And it's going to be very immersive, and we'll get to that a little bit later. Also, the Play Pavilion, which is formerly the Wonders of Life, will have park goers entering where they can learn, play, and explore. They're going to get to interact with Edna Mode, along with Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby. They get to get into a water balloon fight with these guys from DuckTales. And then the final DuckTales, woohoo! The final major neighborhood, World Nature, is going to be on the right side of World Celebration. And this is where it's going to be the land and the sea pavilions. The land is getting a brand new movie called Awesome Planet that's going to come in 2020. And then World Nature, this is a new announcement, will also house Moana attraction, Journey of Water.
That's going to be awesome.
And apparently it's a walkthrough attraction. There's no cars. You just walk through, and they're saying that you're going to be able to interact with water in really cool ways. I'm excited to see what that is. I love Moana. I love the music.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
I think it's an odd choice for Epcot. I would have liked to have seen Moana maybe perhaps at Animal Kingdom. That's just my thought.
I think Animal Kingdom...
I don't think she fits in with...
I understand, but I think Animal Kingdom's kind of full right now.
Yeah, but it has lots of room still.
And Epcot, it does, but I think Epcot needs it.
Okay. And then, of course, the other world location is the World Showcase, which is not being renamed. But, this is a huge but, we're going to have improvements in China, Canada, and France. And also, we're going to get Cherry Tree Lane in United Kingdom. We're going to have a Mary Poppins themed ride. You're not a big fan?
No, I mean, that's great, but yeah.
I'm just excited for it to get an update. That's going to be so cool.
Well, no, and again, I'm going to go back to the World Showcase is awesome. As an adult, it's awesome. As a kid, it's boring.
Well, unless you love the characters.
Now, it's still boring. No. So now you've got Ratatouille ride in France. You have the Mary Poppins ride. You've got the Cinco de Mayo ride in Mexico, or the
Three Amigos.
Whatever. You got Okay. All right. I'm just not going to talk. Clearly, the hell is going on over there?
Apparently, I forgot to delete some of the sound effects from last episode, but I think they're really adding a lot to this episode.
Oh my God! Everyone took their headphones off. Anyway,
Sorry about that.
It's only when I talk. What's the deal with that?
It's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get more into this Mary Poppins attraction. So this is the first ever attraction inspired by Mary Poppins in the parks. Guests will get to step in time down Cherry Tree Lane.
See what you did there?
Past Admiral Boom's house, then enter number 17, home of the Banks family, where your adventure will begin. Inside the Magic, great website, has guessed that this ride may be an attraction inspired by the balloon scene in Mary Poppins Returns or the tub scene, go underwater.
We never saw Mary Poppins Returns.
We didn't, sadly. We love Lin-Manuel.
We need to.
Yeah.
We need to.
Let's turn it off right now. Let's go. All right, see you later.
And we're back.
Going back to Moana, the Journey of Water. It is billed to be an attraction that will let guests interact with magical living water in a beautiful and inspiring setting. And as we said, probably a walk-through attraction. The Space 220 restaurant, according to the Disney Food Blog, It will open in winter 2019, which is soon, and it's run by the Patina Group, who also runs several other restaurants throughout the parks and in Disney Springs. The restaurant will take guests on a dining adventure 220 miles above Epcot. Guests will board an elevator that will simulate real-time rocketing into orbit as they travel to a space station hovering above the Earth, and diners will see daytime and nighttime views of Earth as they're surrounded by a full panoramic view of space.
Daytime?
Nighttime. Along with that, we mentioned the Cosmic Rewind coaster, and again, according to the Disney Food blog, Cosmic Rewind will begin with guests entering the Galaxarium, where they will then board a Nova ship to see Earth from space. Very, very cool. I think I'm really excited because it's like the only Marvel thing we can let in the parks on this side of the country.
Mississippi. I apologize. I'm not finding it. I swear I saw that Epcot was getting a whole new signage.
Patrick,
apologize.
I don't know if you know this, but we have episode notes every week that we put sources in. Or wait, let me rephrase. I put sources in.
I'm sorry. It feels like there's a point coming.
You're welcome to use it.
I'm not seeing it.
You do have shared access.
What is your point?
I'm saying maybe just fact check yourself.
I'm not getting the point. What's the point?
CYA. Well, I mean, especially because you're pantsless, CYA.
I feel like if I talk, something else is going to come bouncing out. Some sound is going to come screaming at me.
I made sure everything else is muted, so you're good. Okay. And then, something we mentioned a couple of episodes ago, we mentioned the Odyssey Pavilion. There is something coming to the Odyssey Pavilion, the Epcot Experience. And according to WDW Info, this will be a futuristic preview center for all the new attractions, restaurants, and more coming to the parks. So Disney said that this experience will allow guests to discover engaging and interactive exhibits that allow you to step inside the relentless innovation, energy, and excitement and see some never-before-revealed details driving the future of Epcot all throughout this unprecedented period of transformation. So you'll get to see some sneak peeks of things. Along with that, Epcot got really cool new attraction posters and logos, and these posters were created by pop culture artists Eric Tan and Stacey Ayama. And they're really, really neat. They look kind of retro. They look kind of modern. It's really neat. Do you see the picture on the show notes, Patrick?
Yes, yeah.
No, you're not. You're just scrolling. It's okay. I'm going to keep going. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I mentioned before that Epcot will also be getting its own Walt Disney statue.
That's exciting.
It is. It's pretty cool. It's very casual. The new statue is going to be placed within the World Celebration neighborhood. And this is going to be known as Dreamers Point, which will also be home to an interactive fountain with Walt, along with some really beautiful gardens and a wishing tree.
So now I'm seeing the little thumbnail you have here of the statue. It's an artist rendering. And it looks like Walt is sitting on the stairs here, and he looks a little upset.
Because on the railings?
Because Epcot is not the way he thought it was going to be.
He's crying. You can't even see it in the rendering. He's actually crying.
This is not what I wanted.
Don't you think that this new renovation is, though, within the spirit of him moving forward?
Look, I think that Walt would be thrilled. I think Walt would be thrilled with what's happening and what they've done.
You've spoken to him about it?
No, but Bob seems to think that Walt would be very happy.
I'm so sorry. I never thought to ask, what does Bob Disney think about all these updates so far?
That's funny. We talked before the show began that Bob tried to get press passes and was denied.
Oh.
Yeah, denied press passes to D23.
Tough subject matter.
Yeah. So, because his whole thing, of course, was all the railings that they were going to be putting in, and wanted detail railings. And they said no.
He didn't get it.
He did not get it.
I'm so sorry, Bob.
But you know what? I feel like in a future episode, Bob's going to have his own D24.
Or Bob could have the off year.
Okay, so it'll be B.
No, Bob could
B22.
have D23 and D23.
Oh my gosh, it'll be B23.
B23.
That's what's going to happen
in 2023.
Yep. Hold
Very
your
good.
cards. We have a bingo.
Yeah, we'll get on the ticketing site right now and make our tickets for that.
My God, that's awesome.
Yeah, right.
B23, Bob Disney.
We talked earlier about how Spaceship Earth is going to get a refurbishment. This makes me really sad. Yeah. I love this ride.
Yep.
I understand that it does need some updates.
It does.
Here's what's going to happen. The ride will still have many of the scenes that we have come to love. But we're also going to get new scenes, a new score, and there's going to be a new narrator. Yeah, I know.
Well, who?
I know. It's not announced yet.
Bob Disney?
I think he's in the running.
I think that's actually kind of sad.
Who would you want to see reimagine Spaceship Earth if you could pick anybody? Morgan Freeman?
McGonagall.
Maggie Smith. That is an excellent choice, sir. I could not be more proud of you right now. I'm so happy that you said that.
Yeah. No, I think
Dame Maggie Smith.
Dame Maggie Smith. We have to have another Dame.
That's right.
We
One
have to
dame
have
for
another
another.
I think it's that is actually really sad because I do love that ride and I do love her voice and I'm a little sad about that. The only thing that would make that better is if they can have animatronics that would actually reach out and slap you.
Why would they slap you?
Because that's progress, baby.
Get together.
Whoa! Use the
Oh
language
my God,
there.
I'm so sorry, I swore.
Oh, we can put a honk in there.
I can bleep it.
They're
Don't
going to put a
worry.
honk in there.
I'm gonna hink. Hink. Don't swear. Okay, I mean we're not even done with Epcot yet. Then they went to go talk about Epcot Forever.
Talk about.
And so Epcot Forever is the show, oddly enough, that's going to be temporary. It's gonna start in October. It's gonna play probably through May of 2020, and then we're getting a brand new nighttime spectacular called Harmonious.
Actually, I know the temporary one. I've actually read a little bit more about.
Have you?
Yeah.
Go for it.
It goes boom, 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 ba-da-doom, doom, crackle, 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 boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom.
Ooh, crackles.
Yeah, they're gonna throw crackles in
They're
this time.
cereal.
Oh, no.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
No.
Okay.
Crackles are fireworks.
Fine,
Shame
scrap
on you.
that idea.
Shame
Terrible
on
idea.
you.
Why would I want to eat
boom,
during a
boom,
fireworks
boom,
show?
boom, crackle, crackle, crackle. It's going to be beautiful from what I hear.
So Epcot Forever, they played some of the music from it, and I have a little clip. So I want to play it for you.
Is this
right
for
now.
real? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, that's not us. Is that Bob Disney?
It's not. That's Don Harper. He's the composer. So that's just a little teaser of that. You can view the whole video on Disney Parks YouTube channel, which we would like you to do because that's what we got the source from. So I guess in seeing this, why wouldn't this be the permanent replacement? This looks really cool. Am I wrong? Or are you thinking like, oh, this is okay?
I didn't see any of it, so because I don't know. But I didn't see any of it. But I didn't see. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from. I don't understand why they wouldn't do that. Why wouldn't they keep that for the long term?
Unless Harmonious is going to be just so good that they're like, this is just going to be like an appetizer because Harmonious is the one that we've been talking about having the kites and the ski-doos and all the new effects that they're bringing out.
Well, and it might honestly be a case of that. What they want to do is just not ready yet. Like they are under a time crunch now, and they think, well, we need some more time. Like, throw this show out there. It's
Wouldn't
fine.
that suck to be the composer and be like, we want you to compose a show for Disney? Absolutely. That's only going to be played for 6 months.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They're still going to pay 'em.
I don't know.
They're going to pay
Do you
them.
think that there's a chance that if it does well enough, they would move that over to the Magic Kingdom?
Or Animal Kingdom. No,
because
but
it's Epcot
Animal
Forever.
Kingdom.
They'd have to retheme
Animal
everything.
Kingdom.
It has Rivers of Light.
It needs more.
I think why can't Disney do a nighttime show around the lagoon in Magic Kingdom? That's my thought. I mean, they have the nighttime not even the electrical parade anymore. They have the water parade.
Well, they also have Magic Kingdom. Also has the boom 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 boom.
The big boom boom.
Big boom boom.
That was in capitals. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, speaking of Magic Kingdom, we can now get away from Epcot. We've talked all about Epcot.
Wait, I didn't hear you talk about the Beauty and the Beast sing along.
That was not a D23 thing, Patrick.
No,
Patrick, there's a thing called show notes.
Yeah.
That you should probably clear things on with me beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
I read too.
We're going to go to Magic Kingdom now, as we just said. And we got a more in-depth look at the costumes and ride vehicles for Tron Light Cycle. So the cast member costumes are very sleek looking. They are black with some teal and white accents on them. And then the Light Cycle looks so cool. The vehicle that you're going to be riding on, it looks directly out of Tron, the updated movie, not the old one.
Yep.
And
similar to the old movie too.
Yeah, definitely. And the construction's coming along on that ride as well, but just something else to get us excited. And then we also got a similar look. It's, again, concept art at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So we got a look at what the outside of the Grauman's Chinese Theater will look like. But other than that, we got a short little synopsis of what the ride will be. And the idea is that you're going to be put into the world of one of the Mickey Mouse shorts. Once you step into the cartoon with Mickey and Minnie, you'll board a train with Goofy as the engineer, where you'll then travel on a zany, out-of-control adventure filled with surprising twists and turns.
Oh, so zany.
So zany, so wild. On top of that, this is very interesting. Now this starts to get kind of interesting because this is kind of all business related. Disney is going to release a brand new app called Disney Genie. And this makes me a little nervous for all the travel agents out there. Disney Genie is going to be designed to help you make the most out of your visit. It will provide customized itineraries geared to your interests. Does that sound familiar? It will also tell you what you'd like to experience, and it will evaluate millions of options to present you with an optimal day.
Sounds like a tool that a Disney planner could use.
Yeah, and what I'm hoping that it doesn't do is automatically go online for you at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. to make your fast pass and dining, because that is really like
your bread and butter.
Big thing. Yeah, it's my bread and butter, and it's the big thing of what I do for my clients. So if this takes the place of it, I'm not too worried, simply because Disney has a lot of issues with their apps and websites.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this just like adds to the experience. And, one screenshot I saw of it said that it would recommend the best time to go to an attraction, like go at 3 to 4. It's going to be this long of a wait. It had guesstimates. So places like touring plans, that makes me nervous for them because they're such a wonderful website. What a font of information that website is. Sure. But that is what they do. They tell you, they give you customized touring plans. That's why it's called touring plans, how about that? So yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes out for Disney Genie. Another article that came out, it wasn't really at D23, but it came out in the past kind of couple days. There's a Target store coming to Disney World.
Thank God.
And there's going to be a ton of pop-up stores worldwide. So Target and Disney are joined together and will launch 25 Disney stores within select Target stores nationwide on October 4th, with 40 more opening by October 2020.
See, I went the other way with that. I thought they were going to open Target stores inside Walt Disney World.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, when you're walking around Walt Disney World, you're like, hey, you know what? I need soap.
Because the reusable plastic bags in the parks are too expensive. You have to go to Target to get them.
I need soap. Let's go to Target.
The shop within a shop will feature enhanced assortments of more than 450 Disney items, including more than 100 products that were previously only available at Disney retail locations. Be smart. Use your red card. Get 5% off.
And that is a boon for Target for Christmas. Because, man, those will be crowded.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The hits just keep on coming.
Keep
we
coming.
got some details, finally, on the Star Wars Hotel, and it sounds amazing. So guests will not be able to book a one-night vacation.
What?
Nope, it has to be at least 2. And the 2-night adventure will take place aboard the Starship Halcyon. And the participants will become a part of the stories around them in their galactic journey. Now, this is according to Walt Disney World News Today, so take it for what you will.
Right.
The rumor is that the 3-day, 2-night stay at the Galactic Star Cruiser will cost $3,300 for a single person.
Humana.
It's $7,200 for a cabin of 5 people.
For one day?
For their 3-day, 2-night stay. However, within that, I feel like you're going to be getting tickets. You're going to be getting dining. I feel like that's not just to stay. It's the whole experience.
They will sell out. And that's why they can do that. That's why they can offer that price point. They will sell out.
But I guess they figured out that, if you stay with 5 people for $7,200, it comes out to something like, I don't know, $1,400-$1,500. So it's not as bad as it would be for one person. I don't know why you want to be there by yourself.
Darth Vader better come and serve me breakfast. That's all I have to say.
I think he would, with an apron on. Bacon and eggs.
Here are your eggs.
That was a little Sean Connery in the Darth Vader
That's who plays
outfit.
him.
Oh, I had no idea.
Oh, yeah. Bob Disney's version.
Did you fact check that on our show notes?
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Sean Connery plays Darth Vader. Look it up.
Mm-hmm. Sure, absolutely. They also released some concept art. It's our word of the day. Okay. For Reflections, a Lakeside Lodge, Disney's newest hotel offering coming in 2022. This is being built near Fort Wilderness on the shores of Bay Lake. There will be 900 rooms as well as Disney Vacation Club rooms. It's going to be the 16th Disney Vacation Club property. And along with that, they also announced in the world of dining that a Princess and the Frog restaurant is coming to this hotel.
Girls are losing their mind.
Finally brought one. People were saying, why not Port Orleans?
Oh, that would have made total sense.
It would have made a lot more sense. But, they probably want to attract people to come to here. But this
Princess,
awesome.
we have to do that.
Beignets.
Have to
Absolutely.
do that. Have to do
I love jumbo. Woohoo. Jambalaya.
Oh, thank you.
Gumbo, not jumbo.
Jumbo, everybody. Jumbo
I'm saying the wrong word today for everything.
That's all right. I don't look up anything.
Now we're kind of getting out of the D23 Expo a little bit. This is more of the parks news. We learned a new Cirque du Soleil show is coming to Disney Springs in 2020. How about that? So that's why they haven't taken down
the big old building.
Yeah. So it hasn't been named yet, but this sounds really cool. It's going to be inspired by the magic of Disney animation. What a surprise there. Mm-hmm. With collaboration between Disney Animation Studios, Disney Imagineering, and Cirque du Soleil. It will open March 20th, 2020, and premiere April 17th, 2020. Tickets are on sale now. Sounds awesome. Oh, man. So much. We're in the home stretch, so stick with us. Yeah, we'll kind of speed through these because these are now not technically on the Disney World Resort. These are in Disneyland and beyond.
I have the question of the week when we get to it.
When we get to it, you'll know the moment to say it.
I know the moment.
At Disneyland, we're going to get an Avengers campus. So they've already been talking about some of the things coming.
Disneyland,
California. You're going to get a brewery, an Ant-Man brewery, a Spider-Man ride.
A microbrewery. How intelligent is that?
It's so fun. Isn't that fun?
That's intelligent.
And now we have a name for the actual land. It's called Avengers Campus. And apparently they're also working on some rides. But this is not in Disneyland. It's like Hong Kong Disney, Shanghai, and stuff like that.
Yep.
There was this big buzz about a secret Walt Disney project.
And I made the call. I said, that's not going to be nothing.
And you were so right.
Nothing.
Because what it came to be was this thing called A Day at Disney, which is a joint effort and collaboration between Disney Publishing Worldwide and Disney Plus. This is going to be two things. First of all, a coffee table book.
Oh, gosh.
But also a documentary series on Disney Plus that will highlight the people who work at Disney.
Yeah. So the episode A Day in the Life with Captain Jim is going to go through the roof.
Yes, Jim needs to get on that. He would be perfect for it.
Oh my gosh, he'd be amazing at that.
Yeah.
A Day in the Life of Captain Jim.
The camera zooms in on a young girl who has tripped and skinned her knee on the cement at Hollywood Studios. And there's Captain Jim to the rescue.
Next scene, a little small child is dancing on a trash can. And there's Captain Jim to the rescue.
To save him. Get off that trash can, you kid. Put some pants on.
Oh my gosh, Captain Jim, I am on your side. I want this to happen for you.
And then last but not least, in the world of Disneyland and beyond, we are getting another Disney Cruise Line ship called the Disney Wish, and, not to be outdone, a brand new island.
I'm sorry. Did you say a brand new island?
You bet I did.
How do they create a brand new island?
I don't know how they probably bought it, but that's Disney magic, really. So
sorry, the people of Cuba.
Sorry, Grenada.
Oh, not Grenada.
Oh, not Grenada, no. The Disney Wish will be themed with the helm being Rapunzel and her friend Pascal.
Oh.
And then the new island is called Eleuthera, and the DCL port will be at Lighthouse Point.
Huh.
Looks beautiful from the concept art.
Sure.
The artist rendering. That's our word of the day. Artist rendering.
KJ.
Now I'm going to fly through these because it's just too much, guys. I'm in overload. Here's a little bit on the movies and TV coming to Disney in the next couple years. We're going to get Frozen 2. Sterling K. Brown and Evan Rachel Wood joined on to voice some characters there. They added Kit Harington of Game of Thrones fame to the Eternals.
You know nothing.
They announced Pixar's Soul, which will be starring Tina Fey and Jamie Foxx. Isn't that, you love Tina Fey?
I do.
The Rock and Emily Blunt came out to promote Jungle Cruise, which actually looks a lot of fun.
Your family
now. Rise of Skywalker got a sizzle reel that came out today. Looks awesome. Having Rey sport some sort of double-sided lightsaber and Sith robes, and I was geeking out. We got a look into Maleficent, Mistress of Evil with Angelina Jolie and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Again?
Yeah, absolutely. We got a first look at Emma Stone in The Cruella de Vil. film. We got a Lady and the Tramp trailer.
I didn't see that. I have to see that.
Super cute. The
I have
dogs
to
are
see
so
that.
cute.
I have to see that.
We got the announcement of a new film called Raya and the Last Dragon.
Jeez, dragons are popular.
They are. And then we got to look into the film Onward, starring Chris Pratt and our poor boy Tom Holland.
Thank God they're using Tom Holland.
Get him into something else. That's right. TV-wise, just a couple of things. We got a Mandalorian trailer, which looks awesome. So cool.
What was his name?
What? Boba Fett?
No, that played the mandolin in Iron Man.
The Mandarin?
Yeah, what
not
was
the
it?
mandolin.
He played the mandolin too. What was his name? Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley.
Is that it? Is that it? Is
no,
he doing this?
that is not it
No,
because
damn
it's
it.
Mandarin, like an orange, not an instrument.
My bad.
We also had the very exciting announcement that Ewan McGregor is coming to Disney Plus to do a Kenobi series.
I will geek out hard on
I
that.
will watch the crap out of that. Look, I almost swore. I stopped myself. Then along with that, we're getting a She-Hulk series, a Miss Marvel series.
Thank God.
A brand new Muppets unscripted series.
God.
Unscripted.
Yeah,
Unscripted.
I'm happy.
And last but not least, at the bottom of the pile, High School Musical, the musical, the series.
I'm sorry, what now?
High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Why would you bring that up?
I had to. In reporting. I don't have to like it. I have to report on it. Are you exhausted? I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted. So here's my question of the week.
Yes.
My question of the week is, how many of our listeners are going to subscribe to Disney Plus? No, I see your hand up.
Yep.
But how many of our listeners are actually going to spend? And do we have a cost yet?
I thought I saw like plans somewhere in the neighborhood of $6.99 and like
Well,
$11.99.
that's not terrible.
I'll fact check if you keep talking.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting here pantsless. Very excited about Kenobi because I love Ewan McGregor and I love Sir Alec Guinness and I love his beer. And
$7 a month.
there it is.
There it goes. Yeah.
That's it.
And I read somewhere this weekend that it's going to limit you to 4 devices per account.
Oh,
Which is not good for us. we get in the habit of we have many friends based on our watching tastes. Somebody has Hulu, someone has
4
Netflix, someone has Amazon Prime.
devices.
We have yet to join in the fray, so we said we're gonna buy Disney Plus for you all. And I guess it's only going to be 3 others joining us.
I got 2 in my head. Who's the third? Oh, yeah, I know the third.
I think it has to be a rubric system of who already, subscribe to like Hulu and Amazon and
Right.
HBO. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
So we got to pull our own weight.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that.
We might have to buck up and get the $14 plan.
I
There's a
think we
bigger
should.
plan.
I think we should.
We should.
Worth
It's
it.
exciting times, man.
Worth it.
So many things coming out. And I mean, there's so many things we didn't even touch because, like I said, guys, we were trying to focus on the Disney World announcements. And then in the excitement, I wanted to talk a little bit about the movies and the TV and the stuff with Disneyland. And
So it's over.
Oh my God.
D23
Oh my
is
God.
done. It's
Thank
done.
God.
It's in the books.
this was so nerve-wracking this week because we had to wait until Sunday to get all the news.
Yeah, I didn't lose any sleep about
I
it.
know you didn't because you don't look at the show notes. Put
Well,
some pants on.
this is going to go bad for me when we're done recording.
No, it's not.
All right.
No, it's not. So, like Patrick said, are you going to subscribe to Disney Plus? But also, too, I think we need to have a follow-up question just
Go
to
ahead.
deal with
Yeah.
D23. Is what is the thing that you're most excited about coming to the parks?
And tell us something we did not cover.
Yeah, because there's been so much, guys. I mean,
But you have to fact check it. You just can't make up stuff like Bob Disney does.
I'll leave you with one last news clip.
All right.
This is a great way to end the show.
Oh, we're ending the show?
Yeah, this is it. This is the last
Oh, my
episode.
God.
There's
Let
been
me put my pants on.
a hygiene ban on the pants issue. Read an article today on Facebook that apparently when they open Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in just a couple of days, it's so exciting.
It's already open, isn't it?
No, 29th.
Okay.
They're going to be opening some restaurants in the hotels and elsewhere at 2:30 in the morning. 2:30.
For what?
I'm assuming for those park guests
For
that are
breakfast?
thinking that they're going to go and wait outside to rope drop. Because remember, they're doing the extra magic hour at 6,
Sure.
6:30, somewhere in there. So they got to figure at 5 o'clock, 5:30, they're going to get in the buses. No, nay, I say, they're going to get in the buses at like 3, 4.
Some parent is going to wake their child up at 2:30 in the morning to go have breakfast.
I would do it if I had a kid.
I would not
Suck it
let
up,
you.
get out of
I
bed.
would not
Put
let
your
you.
pants on, Patrick.
Put your pants on.
And get out
So
of bed.
many
We're
peas
getting the
were
muffin
popping.
and going to the bus.
Oh dear.
If it was me, I'd be like, no, we're not eating yet. Don't even go. We're going to eat there.
I want bantha food.
Bantha. I want blue milk at 6 a.m. in the morning, the spiked kind.
Yeah, that'll be you. That'll totally be you.
Listen, if that was the time slot I could reserve, I would do it because I get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, wow, what an episode. Like we said, let us know if you're going to subscribe to Disney Plus. Let us know what your favorite announcement out of D23 was. And until next week, have a jolly holiday of a week. We'll see you soon. Bye.
It's only on the day.